to From Another Zero, Dr. Maria Patrice Amon. Welcome. Welcome to the Zero. Happy to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We are right now in the middle of rehearsals, getting ready for the Latinx Play Festival, now being hosted by the La Jolla Playhouse in its edition 2025, correct?
Yeah, it's our third year at the Playhouse, and we are about to start rehearsals. Our first piece will rehearse starting on Tuesday next week.
Mm-hmm. And I want people to grasp like all the concepts around this. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and then TuYo, theater company that is your company and is co-curating this
Yeah, we're
festival?
collaborating on it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I am a theater director, scholar, general artist. Um, I am co-artistic director of TuYo Theatre, and I founded the Latinx New Play Festival at San Diego Repertory Theater. Founded in 2017, and we were at the Rep for, I want to say, 4, maybe 5 years before the Rep closed. We were a little itinerant, a little looking for a home for a period, and the Playhouse welcomed us immediately. It was such a great fit. It's been a really great collaboration. This is our first year partnering and bringing TuYo on to the LMPF. It is a very natural fit because so many of our TuYo artists also participate in the LMPF. So it's very generous, the collaboration between the two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome to see the bigger companies kind of be like, come on over.
Yeah, it's so wonderful that in San Diego and in the arts world, resources can be so scarce. And when bigger institutions with more stable resource planning can partner with smaller institutions with more cultural specificity or more community directness, we can bring sort of those stories to a broader audience, to a wider set of folks who get to hear the stories.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Absolutely. And curating this festival, also for people familiar and not, now that we're switching venues, it is more of staged readings. How does that how many submissions do you get? How long is the process? What are y'all looking for?
Yeah, so we get each year is a little bit different, but we on average have been getting about 160, 150 submissions. And from those submissions, we have an open window of 1 month at the end of the year. And then once that month closes, we start to review and read. We have a team of, I say this year, we were around 60 volunteer readers from San Diego, from outside of San Diego, folks who have been connected to the festival or just really enjoy reading plays. They all share their time and their expertise. They'll read the plays and we review for probably 3 months. It's a really long time because we ask our readers to volunteer their time and capacity, and so we take our time with it. From 150, we get down to just 4, and it is the hardest job in the world to curate down to only 4 pieces. But it means that our heart is so deeply invested in each of the pieces that we get to celebrate and champion on our stages.
Mm-hmm.
They're staged readings, so it means that audiences can anticipate the actors being at music stands with pages in hand or pages on the music stand, and they'll be reading them, but bringing them to life with their voices.
Yeah, that's amazing. And what are the 4 chosen ones for this year?
Oh, we're very, very excited about our 4 plays that we get to bring to you in 2025. Our first play is Novios. And Novios is set in the back end of a restaurant, so in the preparation area, the kitchens. And it is this incredibly masculine, queer story that uses language in this brilliant way. Audiences could anticipate that this piece is going to have significant sections in Spanish, but it will also be live translated for audiences that might be non-Spanish speakers. So for those who are Spanish speakers, they'll get to enjoy this language, but those who are not, they'll still be given access to the full text and they'll be able to follow along.
Oh,
Um, Our second piece is Tempt Me. It is a comedy of biblical proportions. It is set in the Garden of Eden from the perspective of the snake. It sort of has this interesting contemporary feel to it, in the same way that plays like Viet Gone play with contemporary language in historical moments. It's doing some of that same action in the lens of a comedy. And it's a joyously queer play. Our next piece, our Saturday evening piece, is Ama Egg Oya. And this is about motherhood. It is the Orishas. It is poetic, but also quite funny at the same time. Very heart-touching, heart-centered piece. And then we close out the festival with Our Lady of the San Diego Convention Center. And as the name might indicate, this is a locally inspired play. This play was inspired by the playwright's experiences working in the San Diego Convention Center in 2020 for the children who were in the center as unaccompanied minors. And it's his experiences narrativized sort of in a world that focuses on some young characters. So we've got our first time ever having young actors in the festival. We've got two kids in the show, as well as a number of adult performers.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes, because for people outside of San Diego, the convention center, home to Comic-Con and, various famous events in the county also became this place during the pandemic where there was a shutdown and such a big space. So there was a lot of resources and stuff happening over there that happened for a while. It was there for a while.
It was months, yeah.
So it's cool. I always in my reviews, when doing or reviewing Patrice's plays or that she directs, I'm always referring to, memory and this kind of like file cabinet, right? Where you just like pull out the receipts or the file and get to know more about, context, history. Because yeah, it's so important. Theater is memory. I always say it, and it's just people are like, oh, entertainment. It's more than that. The other question that I had for you is the reading to staging full on productions, like what is needed. I remember in one of the festivals, because I was very muy aplicada, very diligent in the beginning, and then I just like drifted away, which is what happens during the festivals. But I remember various plays that I've seen that I have appreciated. There was one named Black Mexican, which I loved, and I was like, when are they gonna have a full production of this one? So what are like the odds, or is it also like this window where other people, producers can see it and be like, hey, I'm interested? Or how would that work for like aspiring playwrights that would like their stuff to be produced?
Yeah, so our goal with the festival is always to help these pieces make their way to fully realized production. We have a track record that I'm so proud of with the number of plays that have been featured in the festival, but have gone on to full productions. I think we feature at least one per season, and some seasons we've gotten up to three from each season, each year that we've produced the festival to go on to a main stage production, either here in San Diego or outside of the region. And one of the plays that we've featured has gone on to 12 productions itself, just its own self. So and it just kind of depends on the piece where it's at. We try to curate an array of pieces. So pieces that may be a little earlier on their development journey and pieces that are a little further on their development journey. We find that the festival process can be quite beneficial at both stages that are sort of along the spectrum of the stages. So we try to bring in a variety of pieces. And playwrights each work at a different pace, so it's kind of unpredictable to say whether the playwright is going to be ready or wants to move on to a full production or still wants to tinker a bit and continue to make developmental changes. As a festival, we're committed to giving the artists the resources that we have and letting the artists drive the direction of their development. It's something that is sort of inherently baked into the festival. When we're doing the evaluations of the plays or the reading and selection, as soon as we've finished the selection, we offer reader responses to all of the playwrights. And it's completely optional and by the choice and discretion of the playwright if they want to receive it. But we often feel that they've trusted the festival readers with their work, their baby, and we want to share the responses. We try not to shut down the playwright or that conversation. It's really just that we're trying to provide the things that inspired us as we were reading it. So reader responses as opposed to critiques or evaluations.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then as we move into production, it's the same approach. We support the artist or the playwright with a director on the team, but we also have an additional artist line, and that often turns out to be a dramaturg who joins the piece and can provide a sort of top level view of the piece and can share responding to like what's the piece generating for the dramaturg. They can do some research on the piece. They can really help to support the playwright as the playwright's going through kind of a vulnerable process of sharing their work, often first times with new artists that they've not worked with before.
That's awesome. It's a full on like behind the scenes creative, because seeing sometimes when the playwright is truly wanting more and not fully ready, that's totally a thing. I'm like marinating as I'm listening to it. And okay, so the festival is happening 21, 22, 23 of November at the La Jolla Playhouse, like grounds, let's say, a property. And
we're going to be in the PDC, so the Play Development Center at the La Jolla Play.
The Play Development Center, perfect. And it's via reservations. If people want to go and check it out and just like, show their beautiful selves, and that's it.
And we have a whole weekend of programming planned. So we have each of the 4 pieces, but we have a number of panels that surround each of the pieces. You'll hear from artistic leaders at a variety of different theaters. You will hear from the playwrights themselves in their talkbacks. There's a scholars panel on Sunday and a local artist featured panel. So you'll see the work of Maria Vizcara and the other playwrights in Letras. And and then there's a meal. If you come and join us on Saturday, there's a whole meal that we get to serve everybody.
Oh my goodness. And because I just thought about the plays and I'm going to be there on Saturday. So I'm going to camp out then on Saturday and spend my day there.
If you join us top of day through the end, we'll keep you fed and happy and full. All of the information is available on the La Jolla Playhouse website. If you're like, how do I find it? You just search Latinx New Play Festival. It will be the first thing that comes up, but it's on the Playhouse's website.
Oh, that's amazing. Yay. And also the other thing that we need to say more is that theater tourism is real, people. And now that you're having this in another area of San Diego, well, there is a new audiences, curious people that can come and see the work that's been happening for years. So how would you describe this festival for all the newbies out there or all the people that have not experienced it?
I would describe it as an opportunity to celebrate new voices and to discover new stories. The pieces that you will see in the festival are wide-ranging. They're intentionally curated to show a perspective of a wide variety of perspectives. So within Latinidad, we're not a monolith. There's no one way to be Latino. There's no one ethnicity. It's such a beautifully diverse and wide community. So if you come to the festival, you're going to see plays represented by playwrights of different origins, different ethnicities, different genders, different orientations. It's going to be such a wonderfully collaborative and diverse space. It's also a space that if you don't identify as Latina, you are invited to come and join us. If you do identify as Latina, you're invited to come and join us. We create a space that is intentionally inclusive.
Amazing. Anything that you would like to add?
Yeah, come and join us. You, the one way that we get that sense of like pieces going on to continue is by folks coming to the festival and then sharing their thoughts afterwards. There will be artistic decision makers there from TuYo and from other organizations as well. And hearing the buzz of how excited they were for a piece, that's often how pieces make it to the main stage. Just the buzz of somebody being in the room watching a reading saying, oh my gosh, that was amazing. I would love to see this on the stage. And somebody picks that up and they bring it to their home institution and then they read and they get excited and then gets produced.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then when you live through all this process and then finally seeing it produced, oh, it's so amazing because you're like, oh my God, it happened this, they added that, they did that. So it's really, really cool to see. And then when you see it moves on to bigger stuff, you're like, I was there. I was
Yeah,
there since the first days, right? So it's a really cool experience to, own and have. So
thanks. Yeah, we love it.
yeah, great, great, great. Well, Patrice, thank you so much for making the time. I know that you're, busy, and this is almost here. So yeah, putting all the pieces together. And from another zero is your home. So welcome and come back anytime.
Oh, we'd
And
love to be back.
yeah, for sure. So we can talk about Tuyo and everything that's coming for the new season and all
Yeah,
that.
we've got some new projects up and brewing. Can't wait to
Oh,
share.
great. Hey, yeah, they've done it all, people. Immersive, musical, political, like
Yeah.
all of it. So yeah, you need to keep an eye on it. We're gonna also put the website over there. And thank you so much. And here, remember that we just don't start from zero, we start from another zero. So until the next one.